What's going on, guys? What's going on? We are back, Chart Kings Club, here with good information for trading, news, pre-market analysis, pre-market news, and stuff like that. And this is a video you definitely want to watch. Sorry about my hair. I've just been having a weird hair day. It's like turning that way. Like you see it? Boom, boom, like that. Turning that way. Anyways, so let's get started, guys. Here we go. First things first, let's go with news. Okay. Let me do that real fast. If you guys can see there, put your thumbs up. The thumbs up. Let me do what we normally do here. Let me put this out here. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Put that right there. Okay, here we go. We're going to go to the news first. First things first, Monday. Monday, it is going to be a bank. Okay, hold on a second, guys. Monday is going to be a bank holiday. Low liquidity, this volume, thin volume. We protect capital, like that's the rule. That's what we like to do. I know that if you guys see us every Sunday, we try not to trade on bank holidays. Rules, no forced trading. If there's no A+ setups, we sit down. We sit out, we sit down, we don't do anything. Tuesday, I'm just going over my stuff here that I write in my notes. Tuesday, Empire State Manufacturing at 8:30 a.m. Medium voluntary, medium voluntary at open. So plans are no entries before 8:30. Let 8:30 candles close. Trade after 8:45. If structure confirms, meaning is if you have a good structure break or whatever, or reversal, and you know it's going to happen, that's between you and God. That's when I would jump in. Okay, looking for liquidity sweeps, 5-minute breaker structures, clean 1-minute entries. That's what I would do for on Tuesdays. Wednesdays, we're looking at durable goods plus FOMC minutes. Like I always tell you, FOMC, I don't really like to trade those times, especially at 2 p.m. high volatility day. Man, you guys got a volatility, my guys. Volatility, my guys. Okay, here we go. High volatility days, morning sessions only. Plans are trade 9:45 to 11 a.m. Stop before 1:45. No gambling during FOMC. I mean, at least that's what we would do, or what I would do. We wait for clean, retracement into a FVG, fair value gap, or we wait for a re-enter on a open breakout. Okay. And that's just our daily bias for that day, Wednesday. I think we should shoot for Thursday, unemployment and Philly Feds. Structure volatility day. There we go. I got it. This is our strongest technical day. So plans are let's 8:30 a.m. settle. Trade around 9:45, 11:30. Avoid 10 new spike entries. So that's what I would do. And that's it. That's practically everything. Friday is heavy volatility times. Like I always say, try to keep your money. Don't lose your money on Friday, because Friday is a lot of red folders. I would just stay away from Friday. But if you feel confident, that's between you and God, like I always say. Other than that, I think we are great, and we can start going through all the sessions. What I would do for Friday, if for any reason you want to trade, it's a heavy data day. I would 8:30 avoid GDB, core PEC, GDP price index. I would avoid that. 9:45 flash AMP, new home sales. This is a volatility bomb morning. Multiple red folders, like I said, within 90 minutes. What happens? Massive 9:30 spike, reversals, 9:45 spikes, 10. This is not a beginners friendly, traders Friday, so I would stay away from that if you're a beginner. Best plans, trade only between 10:30 and 12, or take Friday off like I completely said. For funded accounts, or I'd personally reduce size. That's what I would do for funded accounts if you decide you want to trade that day, and it's more mainly for professionals, not beginners. All right, guys, and now let's shoot for the structure stuff. Here we go. And let's see what we got going on. Windows here, windows there. Boom. Let me see if I can add this. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let me do that real fast for you guys. I'm going to go on to there. There we go. All right, guys. So this was last Sunday. If you guys were with me, this was last Sunday. So you guys can see last Sunday, we hit all of our lines. You can tell. We can redo them again. I just want to show you guys that when I go through support and resistance lines, they actually hit. See, hit here, hit here. I told you guys about this. Boom, hit here. I told you about the fair value gap. If it doesn't break it completely, it's not gonna do nothing. It's just gonna shoot straight down. I did tell you guys. That's why I put the middle line. You see that middle line right there? That middle line right there. As soon as it did this line, as soon as it took the liquidity out right here. Hold on a second, guys. I'm trying to figure out where can I get an arrow. Where the hell is the arrow at? Okay, let's work with this arrow. Okay, as soon as it took this line right here, you see how it did this? You see how I grabbed this whole thing? Boom, and it hit this line? It was not coming back up because it just grabbed all this liquidity. But if it would have created a full body here, I would have did one of these. If it would have created a full body, say this green would have made a full body, I would have actually went here, boom, boom, and took it off. That's what I would have done. But because it didn't create that, right? It didn't create that. Hold on a second. Let me erase that part. Because it just created this right here, like I was telling you guys before, this right here, and it didn't create a full body. What happened? It never touched back up there. It created this line here, right? Right. And then right here, where it didn't go back up here to this line to retest this line, and it was red, you knew 100% it was on the way down to create a lower high. Okay. And now it looks like we already capped out. So we don't know exactly if it's going to continue going up. Right. So let's do more analysis on this. There we go. Here we go. Let's shoot for 1 hour. Boom. Boom. All right. So now that we shot down, right, we created a few things down here. Boom, 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 boom. We created this here. Boom. And remember, we got to make that green because that's his father's green. Let them go down. Okay, and then we do the same thing over here. That's as far as green. Let them go down as well. Okay. So I'll oh damn, I did that for no reason. And I did another one for no reason. Sorry about that, guys. Boom. Boom. And then over here, it seems like this was seems like here, right here. You have a line right over here. It looks like a fight between these guys. So that's as far as green let them red let them go up. So I'm gonna do. Goddamn, I keep making these extra lines for no reason. Sorry, guys. I don't know why is it doing that. So that would be red. Okay. Okay, we gotta take that one away. All right, so right now it's looking like if we don't go past this 6,832, it seems like we're going to continue going up. Don't really know because it's not 6 p.m. And remember, we deal with futures. Um, I would mark this one up as well because this is a strong line before it actually shot down. That one. And I would mark this one as well because that's the line before it shot down as well. Okay. And then this is what I like to do. Everybody does different things. This is what I like to do. Anytime something's been fully tampered with, something like this, they say this has already been touched. This is no longer a fair value gap for me. So what I do is I take that out and I create another fair value gap here because there's a fair value gap before it actually shot down. Right there. And that's another green one. Right. Hold on a second, brother. Why is it doing another fair value gap? Sorry, guys. I'm still getting used to this whole thing. All right. And then remember, we got a whole new day before. So we got to take that out. We got to shoot back to the day. Gets a little bit confusing, but you start understanding it because you're doing practically the exact same thing every single day. The day before. So we know the day before this one it was red, but I'm going to take it out because that's exactly the day before of the day where I do my boom, and we do that orange. There we go. And then the bottom of that, it is over here. And this is the S&P 500. Okay. So now let's go to the hour. See what we're looking at. Okay. And we're bouncing off the day. We can bounce off that day, like I told you guys before, as long as it doesn't go under 6,832. If it continues going under, it's going to go all the way to 6,808. And if it goes past that, I mean, it's no return from there. It's going as low as possible. But we don't know until the market actually opens up. We have strong liquidity grabs above. This one hasn't fully been touched. Let me see. Hold on. Has it been touched? Looks like it's been touched, but it's just been grabbed. Everybody's different. Some people would actually put this gray, meaning it's been touched. Everybody's different. And you got a strong one right here. Another one right over here. There we go. And I will make that another green one. So you got a lot of liquidity up on top. So I don't know. Maybe it shoots back up from right here. That's what I would do. So none of this been touched. None of this. None of this. None of this. None of this. This over here has been already touched. So what I do is I take that out. Boom. Already been touched. This has been touched. Boom. Because we're making it clean. We're cleaning everything up again. Kung, 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 kung. That's been touched. That's been touched. So there you go. Everything else has been touched. So let's clean everything up. And this is what it looks like right now. This is what we're looking at. So either if I had to, based off of what I think might happen is that now that it already touched the middle of this, right? It touched the middle of this. So like say we went up here, didn't take this whole full liquidity. We just touched the middle of it, right? Right. Like say whatever, touched the middle of it. It shot back down, right? It shot back down. Went up here, touched the top of this, came back down, right? All the way down here. Boom. Got pushed back. Remember, this is as far as they're gonna let the red candles come down, right? Right there. So they touched that. Let me back it up. Right there, touched that. So that's as far as they're gonna let him go. So now, because that's as far as gonna let him go, now it shot back up, and guess what? The next higher high. So this is another high. So what's the next thing? It's gonna come and grab this liquidity, right? It's either gonna pass through and create momentum, right? Right, and it's gonna push through here, right? And it's gonna create another high, and then it's gonna have to come back down. And right here, we're gonna figure out, is it either gonna continue going? I believe it is. I believe it is, right? And this is a strong resistance point, right? This is a strong resistance point. The reason why is because that's where the downtrend started. So that was the breakout. That's the breakout right here. This right here. If you wanted to mark from here to here, from this candle, red candle, to this red candle, that's a breakout. So once it passes here, we don't know if it's either gonna go grab whatever liquidity is here and then shoot back down, or it's gonna break through. I believe it's gonna go as far as this point here, right? As far as, say, around between these two lines here, and then it's gonna shoot back down. That's just my opinion, right? Um, hey, you guys can take a look at it. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna let you guys give you guys some time. Do your little graphs there. Put all your lines from the top to the bottom, right up here. All these right here. Just mark them all off if that's what you feel more comfortable with. But that is my analysis of the S&P 500. That is the ES on futures. ES on futures, and let's go from there. All right. If you guys are good, screenshot it. If you guys miss it, and let's go on to the next. Boom. All right. What's the next one? Let's finish with gold real fast. Boom. All right. So gold last week wasn't really that much. It wasn't really that much, right? So we're gonna start from the basics. Erase that. Erase that. All right, let's go to day. Just pop in. Okay. Let's stop. Let's get the top here. Right. Let's get the top here. The day before, right? We already know that. And then once we already get the day, shoot for the 4 hours. I usually go straight from four. I don't even go to 4 hours. I usually go straight to 1 hour. But everybody's different. So like I always do, is I get the top, top, top of the top, top of the top, a straight line, bottom of the bottom. All right, before we do that, now we know where the top and the bottom is with that. Then this hasn't been touched. It's not red. This hasn't been touched. And that is green, because we focus on the green ones first. Okay. And what else? This hasn't been touched. We can make that green as well, even though it's the daily. See if I can maybe bring it up a tiny. I'll bring it down just a tiny bit, just so we can get both at the same time. All right, let's see what else. Everything else has been touched. Even this line, that's as far as it can go. Okay, now let's work on. Now that we worked on those, now let's work on the next thing. Let's work on the red ones. The red ones. There's not really too many. It's just the one that we have up here. That's it. That's it. That's it. I'm getting crushed out here. Okay. Let's see if we can find something on the 1 hour. Okay. This is the reason why I shoot to the 1 hour, right? There we go. Get it closer. Why is this on that one? It's a weird one. Shouldn't even be on there. There we go. Let's make that red. Okay. Okay. And then on the 1 hour, and this is the reason why I like to do 1 hour better than the 4 hours. Because the 1 hour kind of, I literally get a little closer, especially if I'm doing a 5. So I usually do day, 1 hour, 5 minutes. And the reason why I do 5 minutes is I want to see exactly where we're going. And if I see anything breaking through, and then the 1 minute entry. All right. Nobody in the YouTube world is going to tell you that unless you're paying for it. I'm just being honest with you. And I've learned that already on the hard way. Everybody, it doesn't matter who they are, what they are, who they believe in. No, none of them are going to tell you that. I promise you. And the only reason I say that is because I've been doing this. I've been doing this long enough to know that already. Okay. Not to sound like that kind of guy, but nobody's going to tell you out here. Out here is eat or be eaten, bro. All right. That's the way it is. Hard to tell you guys. Hold on, let me get the freaking. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna make them lighter because I don't like the fact that they're like that. Why are they doing that? Okay, let me just change this to the lighter. Either way, that's structure right there. I don't want it to be pink, a little darker. No offense to the girls. I'm just my preference. Everybody has their own preference. You can make it whatever color you like, literally. All right, so that's that. That's that. And then doesn't look like we have any fair value gap. It looks like everything's been tested because we had one right here. And then it got tested. I mean, it already got taken out. So we had this one right here. That was green. Oh, damn it. Why it always does that? We had this one. You guys understand? Boom. It got taken out. So right now, with this fair value gap that got taken out, right? Let me see what we're looking at. The 1 5 minutes. Yeah, it looks like it got taken out. So it looks like it's going to continue going up if it can break that 5067. If it breaks that 5067, it looked like it's going to continue going up. But let's see what we're looking at right now. Let's go back to the 1 hour. All right. So right now, this is what I think. Like I said, this is my bias. Oh, damn. This is my bias here. God damn, why is it always doing this? All right, ready? Here we go. My bias here. All right, here we go. So it looked like it created a lower high, came back, didn't pass this. So then we thought, okay, it's going to create another lower high. Oh, no, higher low. So because it didn't pass this, then it shot up, broke through the structure, right? So because of the fact that it broke through the structure and it didn't continue going up, and then it shot back down, and then came back up and actually retested this line the day before, at that moment, we knew, I mean, once it didn't take this line, even though it didn't create another lower low, right? And it created a higher low. At that moment, I knew because it wasn't going that high and it tested this one right here. We knew that at that moment it was gonna start shooting down, right? And that's what it did. And it created a fair value gap. So now the greens need to come back and grab that. So it shot with so much force to the bottom side, right? Boom, boom. That it created another fair value gap right here for the red. But then the red, once it created this fair value gap, if you guys can see it, hold on a second, let me show it to you guys. Let me show it to you guys. None of these count. These fair value gaps are already taken out. So I'm just showing you guys from what I see, right? And that fair value gap, because it is a red fair value gap, we're going to make it red. Okay. So what happened was there, it came back down and it created a force on the way up, right? Right. And, so what happened was it came back because the fact that it left these red candles thinking that they were going to continue going down, it grabbed this liquidity here on the way back down. And then it created a hammer. Once it created this hammer, right, and it stopped from here, that was the takeoff. And it took off. So now from here, right, from here, it's either going to bounce off of here, take off, or it's going to bounce here and go back down. Don't even know what's going to happen here. We got to wait for the market to open at 6 o'clock. But those are the two things. It's either going to bounce and take off and bounce and take off, right? Or it's going to, it's not going to even pass this line right here. It's just going to do one of these. Hold on a second. I got to change this mouse out. He's either going to do one of these from the takeoff, right? From the takeoff. He's either going to come up, right? And boom, and take off and test these lines, because remember, this is where it took off from here to here, right? This is where it took off. This was the last section where it took off. So that's the hard part, right? The hard part is right there, because it already came all the way down, came all the way back up. So if it doesn't pass this line here, right? If it doesn't pass this line here, that is 5,106, it's going to go down. Okay. And let me open this up for you guys. You guys can see this is gold. Like I said, this is my bias analysis. If you guys want to take a screenshot, you guys can. And on to the next one. I'm going to do one more. We're going to do NQ, and then I'm going to take off for next Sunday and see you guys next Sunday. All right, let's do it. NQ. NQ always follows my rules. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's already following everything that I told it. Look, it touched here, came back, touched here, boom, created a fair value gap, touched a little bit, didn't even touch the fair value gap, so it was still open. So we knew it was going to come around and touch that fully. So came back up, boom, retested the day before, didn't go all the way, came back, faked out, boom, created a liquidity right underneath. We knew it was going to come down. That was two things right there. It never touched the fair value gap, created liquidity. We knew 1,000% there's a lot of sellers down here trapped. So boom, it created the whole mix in motion that it was going to go up. It actually created a fair value gap right in between. It grabbed that fair value gap. It left a lot of sellers here as well. At that moment, you knew that it was sellers here, sellers here, sellers here. And if it didn't go over the day before, that was 25,467, it was going down. And what happened? It went down. Okay. So now let's go for the day. Let's start over again. I'm just letting you guys know what I saw, and it worked. So you guys see it's actually working. All right. Now let's go for the day. The day before. Boom. We're going to make it orange. This is what I do. You guys can do it however you guys like. Like I said, this is just educational purposes only. Okay, so now I got the day. Now what I do, well, we could do 4 hours, but I like to do my my 1 hour. Another thing we can get used to doing is the high and the low. Let me see. Reverse that. Boom. Okay. The high and the low of the 4 hours. Fair value gap hasn't been touched above. Okay. Fair value gap just been touched. So what we do with the fair value gap at the bottom, it's already been touched. We grade off because it's already been touched. It doesn't matter if it was a line. Even if it didn't went through, it's still been touched. Okay. All right. My bad, guys. Let me just get this these right here. I don't know why I did that. Give me a second. I don't know why I did that. Oh, these are the ones that already been touched. Have they been touched? Let me start over. Here we go. Okay, ready? I'm gonna start with the red ones first. Ones above. Oh, why I always do that with this thing? All right. Next one's I gotta get faster with this. All right. So the bottoms are green. Hold on a second. The bottom's green. That's the only thing that confuses me every time I do this. And the reason why it confuses me because the bottoms are usually green. That's as far as the red ones let the green ones go. And the top ones are red because that's as far as the red one let the green ones go. That's the way I do it. Everybody's different. Let's shoot for the 1 hour, see if how does that look. All right. We created a fair value gap here. Two of them. And they are green. The crazy thing is none of them they touch. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I really don't focus on anything else but the ones closer to me a lot of the time. I'm gonna do one up here. Oh, red one, my bad. Okay, that looks about right. Okay, so this looks about right. Here we go. Let's start off with what is the overall trend move? So now, if we go to 1 hour, it looked like it shot up, touched top here the day before, shot down. It's a lot going on right here. So this is going to be a strong resistance for the greens, right? For the bullish, it shot back down. The reason why this is going to be a strong resistance is not only do we have the candle that actually got stomped out before it took the full breakdown, right? But you have it created a fair value gap here, fair value gap here, and that was the day before. And at the same time, you have another resistance up here for the red. So that's going to be a tough thing for it to push up. So it might have to go come come back, grab some liquidity, or create a fair value gap within this time for it to retrace higher faster. But right now, it looks like we're in a downtrend, even though it looks like an uptrend. It looks like a reversal, right? Right. Looks like a downtrend, even though it looks like a reversal, right? But we don't know because the fact that it's actually gotten stopped out. So right now, we don't know if this area right here of resistance is going to continue going because this fair value gap already been touched. So we don't know if it's going to come back down here, touch this line, grab power, and continue going, breaking through this 24.5 78. And like I said before, oh, hold on, give me a second. What do we have back here? Okay. Bum, 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 bum. I mean, we got a strong resistance right here, right over here before it took off. Some people would say that this is a strong resistance. I mean, it depends on who you're talking to. Because remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would think, some people would say this is a strong resistance right over here. Oh, damn, what the hell is that? Some people would say this right here is going to be a strong resistance. I mean, and the reason why they're going to say it's a strong resistance right there is because that was when the green actually took off. So they call that, what they call that thing? Forgot what is it called. If you guys go on my Discord, I have my guy named Caesar. He can actually explain to you guys that. He's part of this team, and he'll let you know what that's called. Some people would call that a market structure breakout, because the fact that that's exactly, let's make that green too. We can make that green. I'm just giving you guys extra game. This is just extra game right now. Some people would say that's a huge breakout, so that would actually try to stop it, from it going anywhere else. So this move right here would be kind of it would actually either come back down here. So this move would actually happen just like this, would it come back down here, take all that pressure, come and grab this, and then try to take off to the top. Because remember, it still has to come back and grab this right here and retest this section again. So it's going to take a little longer. It's probably going to take boom, boom, grab this, boom, 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 boom. That's my, and then right here might shoot down or continue going up. We don't know. And let me open up for you guys so you guys can see. But these are my lines for the week. But this right here for NQ, this is like, I give it 2 weeks until it comes back up here. If it comes back and retests this area here. If it does it and it comes from here and it just continues going up, I don't, my understanding of market structure, this is a liquidity grab before it continues going up. And this right here, I'll show you right now. From here, it didn't grab anything. So let's see. If it would have created a small one, I mean, I don't know. This is what I think. This is what I think. This is a liquidity grab. It has to come back and grab this liquidity, and then I would think it would go all the way up. But this is just my opinion on this, my bias. If you guys want, I'll give you guys a few minutes. You guys can actually take a screenshot, mark them down for later. Let me open it up a little bit more so you guys can see what else I marked up there. Yeah. Oh, damn. Sorry, guys. This is the mouse thing I got going on with my mouse problem. There you go. Check it out. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, share it, support the channel so I can continue guys giving you more game, more free game. Later on, I'm going to start a boot camp for beginners. So as long as you subscribe, we'll start with the beginning stage of Chart Kings Club, where we actually just teach people exactly what we know. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just doing this because I feel like this is a hack. If you guys ever play GTA and were able to play GTA and hack the system, I believe this is a huge hack. If you learn, even if you learn this and never use it, at least you have this as your arsenal. And learning how to day trade, it's huge. You know. So I would definitely look more, subscribe, like, share, do me a huge favor, do all that. All right, guys. So now that I'm already done with everything, hopefully you guys all screenshot that and we are done for the day. Let me get back to screen. All right, guys. And then, look, nice and clean, not like the other time, you know. Thank you for tuning in to Chart Kings Club. We'll see you next Sunday, same spot, with more volatility so you guys can make and bag the bag. And I'm just messing around. I don't even know what the next week is going to be, but take care. Peace. It didn't work. All right. Bye.